But God loves His children so much that He's keeping these 2 or 3 when every God-loving person is gone on this planet. Just to give the job of the Nagel, give the world this ease. You are off your mark. You're off the road. And I tell you, it's really something. I told my wife, I told many others, and I'll tell you the same. Am I right or wrong about 2 raptures? I know I'm right. I mean, I
know you're right about the first one with all the hologram. What did I tell you? I said they're going to do a hologram. I know this.
All right, but not everybody that hears these words will know it.
Yeah.
I do know this.
Yeah, I do.
I've seen it. I know it. And nevertheless, you cannot believe a word I say. Test me. Check it out in the scriptures yourself. Does it make sense to you?
Well,
if I'm the same today, yesterday, and tomorrow, why should I change now for this? See? And anyway, so I told my wife, honey, I cannot hold you back. I cannot hold my grandchildren back. I cannot force you to stay. As much as I would love to, I cannot do so. But I'll tell you true, I'm not going.
Right.
I'm going to find the deepest, darkest basement I can find with the biggest cupboard and couches all over it, and I'm staying there. And when it happens, I'm not going. But those who remain are going to be in almost, if not, a similar hell that those that are taken into captivity. Because those who remain won't take the number 666, all right? Which is coming into being in a big way already.
I know.
And we will be hunted with bounties on our head. We will be the scourge of society. We've got to run. We will become hiders.
Oh my God.
And it will, I've seen groups, 16 in a group was damn near a city. You know, that's a big group. But I've seen 2, 3, I've seen 1, I've seen 4, 5, 6. You know, maybe 7, 8, or 10, but the 16 is a huge group of these runners,
right.
The survivors.
I know.
Who are in desolate places, full deserts, like down in Nevada, and in the Badlands, or wherever. No water to drink, no food to eat. Their clothes in absolute shreds. And they're rotting on their bodies, and their bodies are just filthy. And in the same way, the rest of the world's pretty bad shape too. Water becomes so scarce. But those of these survivors have less chance of receiving any water source. They can't go into town and stand in line to get a drink. They'd be mobbed and killed and everything, you know. And literally their bodies will be put on hoods of cars, and the great hunters will beep, beep, beep as they display their kill. It's just terrible.
No,
But, hang on. But I have seen this. All of those groups, big and small, single and high in number, all of them, the birds come with food and feed them. And the animals lead them. A little mouse will lead them to a depression in a stone where there's just enough water for that one person to make it that day, or those 16. So God takes care of them. And in their poorness, but because of their trust, they're going to make it. They're going to make it. But it is going to be hell on those who stay. But I'm not sure. Do I want that hell, or do I want the hell of standing there watching my grandchildren being punched, kicked, ripped open, just to get their fear adrenaline going more, and then picked up in great paws and bit into their bellies alive, and watching the entrails being sucked up like spaghetti by these bastards, screaming, alive. They keep them alive as much as to the very end. and in front of my eyes, because the fear is greater. There's nothing I can do.
Right.
So I am warning the people who feel that there may be a truth to it, and probably not. Take knives, guns, take little stick pins, whatever you've got, you know, a hairpin or whatever. Stick it in your hair. If you feel you're going up and I'm wrong, you're going to have to use these things. And God will understand, and I'll get blamed for it, not you. If I'm right, at least you can cause some pain and misery. And I guarantee you that I do know of others who have seen the same thing. Hide razor blades in your shoes. No use taking a gun. They'll find that immediately. Little subtle ways of doing harm, you know. And I mean, you're going to die. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You will die. But why go down as a Jew calmly into the furnace of Holocaust? Fight. Do harm. Let them know that, by golly, you have that right. And so, protect yourself as much as possible. And it won't be long before you're a dead duck too. But what is death? A continuation of life past a lot of pain and misery.
Well, I have never been worried about dying. I've never thought...
Neither have I, but I'm concerned about the going.
Right.
You know?
Well, my biggest concern has always been that I would not fulfill the mission that I came to do before they got me. That was always my concern, that I would somehow die before I did what I was supposed to do.
No, the thing is, you can't. If you have a God mission, and you have it in mind that you really do have some kind of a God-love mission, then there's no, when you die, it was the right time to die.
Okay.
Everything was taken care of before.
That has only ever been my concern.
Just trust the Creator. If you put your love and your trust in the Creator, and by trust I mean putting your neck on the line if you need to, then if your neck gets cut off and your kicking body with the neck squirting blood will bring a lot of people to the reality of Christ. The Christian people that were fed to the lions and tigers, they did that too. Whole colosseums of people turned their lives over to the Lord, watching the way these people were dying. Is there any accidents? No.
Right.
Is there any bad? Only if that's the way you see it. If you look at that lion charging at you, or that tank with its treads, and you're tied down there, spread eagled, you can't do anything except let it run right between your legs, squirting your body, your inside up towards your mouth as you go. Is that bad? Well, it's pretty rough on you. But what does it do to the people who are watching? What about the driver of the tank? You know, it's one thing to drive over somebody that's screaming, yeah. It's another one, I forgive you. Look at what Jesus did. Did he sit up there, or, nailed up there, screaming and yelling, no. He blessed the people. He was there, nailed to that thing, and looked down and blessed, i.e., loved the people. What did he say? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. And what happened? He died. And what happened? The world got on fire from one match. Whether it's, if it's just a little short burn down at the bottom of the trunks of each tree, they still got on fire. Now we're going to burn the rest of the tree. That's part of the mission my Nagel is on, to catch the forest on fire and let it burn.
I've had dreams for a very, very, very long time about running. being on the run,
Mhm.
always having to hide.
Yeah,
always
I call those survivors the runners.
and that's what I want. And this has been going on for years.